The following feature is rated SM for spiritual maturity and is not intended for the immature who wishes to remain as such. The views expressed are not necessarily those of our sponsors, as they sometimes could care less about what the host is saying, but is more concerned about having their product on a popular show. Warning: small minds, listen at your own risk, as this content is extremely overwhelming and may do further damage to those minds closed off to objective reality. Approach with an open mind, as the heavy nature of the content will lick your chip.
Oh! In the meantime, 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 in between time, in the meantime, in the meantime, in between time, boom, 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 time.
Alright, purple people, purple soldier, purple scout, weight watchers. Welcome to another bonus episode. Bonus episode 15. The one I entitled The Real Crime Minister. Alright, remember to like, share, subscribe, become a member of the channel now, for access to it up when it drop, become a Patreon, for the same reason and much more. Now the question I get from whole heap of people is, where Jamaica go? After we always run the red light, or in this case, always ignore the red flag then. Can we avoid a serious collision at the intersection of know better and not do it? Well, the answer to this and much more coming up further down in our next side eye program.
In the meantime,
and in between time, what is coming is coming.
This section of In the Meantime is brought to you by Renaissance Immigration, the cure for the Canadian strain of immigration anxiety. Call Renaissance now at 437-703-114728. The consultation is absolutely free. And on the American side of all immigration concerns, there's Lewis Law Professional Association. They've got your back on all matters related to visa, citizenship, removal of conditions, waivers, and much more. Call Lewis Law now on 954-530-1717.
in the meantime.
Alright, Purple Nation, help me welcome Kazan Isles to the Purple Fold. Them have an aisle for all season and all reason. Me personally try the aisle for pain and it liquid clean. And not to worry, them not join the chemical assassination of human beings, as strictly all natural products them deal with. So you can allow the whole man for them rub up. And yes, Kazan Isles distribute worldwide. Follow them now at Kazan Isles. That's KAIZEN_Isles. And also joining the family is Good Vibes Jamaican Grill. Them have two locations, one at 4352 Avalon Boulevard, Milton, Florida, zip code 32583. And also 7999 Pensacola Boulevard, Pensacola, Florida, zip code 32534. Good Vibes is not just a restaurant, it's a very interesting place to hang out. Them have date night and a bag of other attractions. You can log on now to goodvibesjagrill.com. That is GUDVYBZJAGrill.com. Or call them at 850-686-9156 if you want to know about opening and closing hours and all information related to the Good Vibes where I look for.
In the meantime.
Alright, remember for sending a voice note, question and concerns to the In the Meantime WhatsApp hotline, which the number is 876-285-9615, or just email inthemeantimeradio@gmail.com. And apart from JA Deals right across from the Transport Center in I Plaza where Mother's Day, you can link the WhatsApp number and even the email and get instruction for how to order Planet Earth and get it shipped here, no matter which part I earlier there. So do it now, man.
In the meantime.
Alright, so watch out now. Before me get into the topic, me I go read a feedback from the last program when me get from a brother named Cassidy Dan 616. Him say, Me hear your views on Umar and hear you say Umar Johnson claim that Fidel Castro is a white Italian that was not born in Cuba. I did an extensive research on your claim since the release of your last episode, and I found nothing to prove your claim that he made such a claim. I'm an Umar specialist, and as soon as I heard your claim, I knew it was a lie. Not trying to tear down your program, but you should seek your facts before you follow what people say. Or is it that you're just straight up lying? If so, could it be your ego trying so hard to belittle others so you can shine? Don't answer that. Still respect your work though, but you need to take your own advice. Hope you don't see this as a disrespect, or maybe you're the only one who get to determine what disrespect is. The man said don't answer that. The man go mock me to ass. Alright. You sound confident though, brother. Anyway, remember so me did say, make me see it myself. You never hear me say that? Me I go play the clip from the Breakfast Club interview with Charlamagne and them. Me don't know how you say you're a specialist and dismiss you. Me have the video part of it too, but through copyright purposes, me not play it. But me can post it if it is requested. Anyway, see it here.
Fidel Castro loved black and brown people.
No. Fidel Castro was a racist. Really? Oh, yes. Oh, he was a socialist. And when he was challenged on the racism in Cuba, because you know the Caribbean has a very entrenched color hierarchy. When he was challenged on the racism in Cuba, you know what he said? We do have racism, and we will have to deal with it. But we have to address socialism and capitalism first. So he put the issues of black oppression in Cuba second to the socialist agenda. Remember, Fidel Castro was an Italian. He was not Cuban. Fidel Castro, it was an Italian. He was a white man. He was not a Cuban.
And this me mean when I say people no love who or what them claim for love. Them just can't wrong about none. And I feel them mind if them believe in a Umar or anybody, how dare you prove in any way said them can't wrong about anything concerning them. And then people will move heaven or earth for prove to them right. I remember saying that them mind everything and everyone perfect. So them not accept say nothing about what or who them believe say right. Can't wrong. Also Cassidy, may I give you some advice. Next time, calm down before you search for nothing. Because the anger against the person where you want to prove wrong, I go blind you to where you look for. And you're not going to find it all when it under your nose. There your nose.
Six the king of the purple nation. When we say purple, what mean that?
Alright, so a brother we name Howie and Adams, go by the name of Wayne, at Howie and Adams by Instagram, send me a video and say me that like my opinion on it. So the video have a brother in it where I point out say boy I'm no one a youth and him tell every woman where him lie down with that. So apparently him vex because 7 girl out of the many decide. So him have to mind them pitney no matter what him tell them say. And when you don't see the video, you can type in agree if you don't agree or just know if you don't agree. So see the video, look on the screen.
I got 7 kids and 7 baby mamas. Now for the past few days I've been going live telling my story, speaking my truth. And a lot of women having an issue calling me a deadbeat because I tell them I was being irresponsible, yet not wearing protection. But I always tell these women that I got pregnant that I do not want to be a father to these children. And I offer to pay for the abortion. Majority of times they'll either take the abortion or they'll take a plan B. But only these 7 have kept these children. But the crazy thing about it is they want me to be responsible for some children I told them I did not want. So for some years now, some of them been trying to get in contact with me, access denied. Cause I don't really know why you trying to get in contact with me. I done told you I did not want them kids. So don't expect me to be responsible financially, emotional, spiritually, mentally, or physically with some kids I do not want. And I don't give a what nobody think about it. You're not going to force children up on me. Yeah, we both made the decision to lay down and have intercourse. We both was irresponsible about the decisions we made that night. Yeah, I could have pulled out, but I didn't. And I ain't care to pull out because I'm not the one that's going to have to carry a baby for 9 months. It's the woman. In my opinion, women should be more careful on who they sleep with. Because you're going to be like one of my baby mamas trying to find me so I can financially support a kid I done told her or them I did not want. Another thing is, these just jump offs. These the type of women that I ain't even had to do nothing for. The bare minimum, but they gave me access to their body and they think I want to be a father to a child for one of them? Like, I don't even have no type of love for these women. How do they expect me to love these children? Before y'all say, oh, he irresponsible, he a deadbeat, he don't take accountability. Yeah, I do. I just don't give a f. You ain't gonna force these children on me when I told you I ain't want them. Yeah, I can offer to pay for abortion, but at what point can I force a woman to go get an abortion? I cannot. A woman say, my body, my choice, but I say, it's my life, my choice. Before y'all try to stitch this shit and be like, black man this, black man that, I don't give a f. I really don't.
So what son, I agree? You can type in if you don't agree or not disagree with him. And what him say. But it was a TikTok post did send to me. So I'm going to read some of the feedback from the original post first. And then me get in it. So the first one say, do this right, females be stupid. He's totally not at fault here. The next one say, so women can opt out and have an abortion whenever. But men can't opt out on being financially responsible. The next one say this is facts. The next one say your honesty is appreciated. However, bruh, there has to be a better way. And most of the overall feedback reflect the same type of sentiment there. And apart from a girl who say I would join forces with the other baby mothers like the Power Rangers, I literally would put a warrant out for his arrest. You know, you have a few other girls where, well, people may suspect say girls will express some similar sentiment. But the overall sentiment was people who agree. Mostly man. I said them basically totally agree because the man tell the girl them straight up. Say him no want a youth so at them for control them crutches. I mean know that is true. You know, me can't disagree with that. I mean no say it gonna be, you know, the outlook on most people even after the life done. And if it just dead as a post, me know most people are gonna think that way they before them hear when me think about it. So this is another issue where I know ABC 1, 2, 3 like where most of we have the habit for think. The truth is most of we in such a hurry to put the idiot girl them in a them place, which me totally agree say them belong and them for there. But we totally overlook the most serious truth to tell itself without words. And that is the picnic them we are gonna come suffer whether them ask for them to fucking idiot parents or not. Be honest, I never ever think about that though. The girl them for just suck them mother with them fuckery one more time, and which is true. Me don't walk around and collect mother for them suck if them not none. The truth is, you know, just this hurry if just get one more proof. We already been proven a million times, by the way. Say most girl are idiot. So excited to get that proof that they don't know if you got the most important part of the conversation, the fucking pitney them. We are gonna suffer for something where them no ask for. And just end up in the earth and get beer kick, thump and box. For the least little thing from parents who feel like them is a interruption to them life. He must say him no wear protection, but he must tell them say him no want be no father, so that good. And he must offer him for pay abortion, make him a good youth, eh? I lie, he must take responsibility. As long as him own it, him can do it with impunity or without consequence then. Because he real and he talk straight, eh? You see what I mean now? When me say once people find a fault with somebody, and a true the fault is true, then them themselves automatically feel say nothing wrong with them. So them not feel the need for do no work on themselves. That's why the fuckery can't done. When you see how we lean to one extreme or another, like a seesaw, and can't fucking see the unbalanced approach to everything we mash up with life. When you hear what the man say? Yeah, I could have pulled out, but I didn't. I don't think that clown there hero could have pulled out and not do it. That mean I no pick me you no want a responsibility. If I pick me you no want, you know that pull out. Or use boots. You's a sick piece of shit, brother. How you forgive somebody, in this case the woman them, where you fuck without boots and a coming. And by so doing, you give them the option. How you forgive them the option to have a say in a way that them carry a youth or not. And then cuss them when them use it. You come in at them and breed them. Then it is no longer up to you alone as to whether the youth born or not. But if you come in at them, And then I hope so them sensible enough to come back with picnic for your mind. Simply because I did tell them. So you don't want a picnic for mine. You really think you're less delusional than them for breed them? And give them the option for come back. And then you go do video a cuss. So them a come for your own youth. When you don't tell them, say you don't want none. And then you're in a shock like you discover say most woman delusional no ras. You're delusional too. If you don't know by now, so the average woman a go come back and look baby father no matter where you say. Cause I know where you say. I where them want them pre-straight. You have to be an idiot for fuck a idiot where you know say a idiot and not think them a go on like idiot. You fucking idiot. And the sad part is, as usual, them girls are going to treat the junk of them like the brother. Like them a God Almighty. You notice, you not hear him say none of them girls put him on child support. But if any one of them girls did get a mature man when a toxic like the brother, but him then deal with wicked, you know. Me say already, I'm going to say again. Don't tell me nothing about no science. How woman designed for hypergamous. Meaning say, them date on them financial level and up. Because them instinct make them attracted to the stronger male in order to ensure the survival of them youth. Fuck her that. Because where the science they in the many cases like this. Where the science they? Oh, them not evolve then. Yes, this evolution theory about woman and this and them attracted to the stronger male. Oh, them not evolve. If you're attracted to a mature man, who is actually the dominant male in a society now? If we are going to be realistic and if we are going to follow the evolution theory, if we are going to follow the science, the problem of socialization, from where I open, where I hear say we be the careless gals from birth. And them girls I hear say the man that them for want a programming. A socialize for stupid so. Much time I tell you that. Because we program for want what other people want and everybody program for want and be attracted to the most toxic and destructive things and no accident. And that them want no matter where them common sense tell them. If you don't agree with him, then he won't really say. You know say youth for fatherless. Now 18 years down the line, them fatherless boy there, I got lack guidance and run from responsibility. And them fatherless girl there, I got damage your boy pitney. And the same cycle will cause a video like this for making at the first place, I go continue. Remember me tell you that. When me born irresponsibility, dead. Me know say enough of you not like me no. Cause me not play the blame game and act like little pitney for get shares and likes from little pitney. So you are. Me go tell you say most of we not different from them gyal. When no directly say the man no want no youth and feel say them can change him by getting youth. Because watch I know, how much I know as a man from early. Love half a girl and want her and see say the girl for the highway you know. And true she pretty. You no overlook the shocking color red flag them. And see it you no want see it. Kawa, when I run down the social credit, cause the woman look good. But deep down you know that she not good. You no know. And a she no breed and I try make settle down and build family with. When a mama man goes that from morning, I don't know. Now I live on the internet and I look for every situation that proves you no right about woman. Simply cause you no want believe so you and them are the same thing. You no really think you no good. And yet it wasn't instinct. If you think about the pitney them we not deserve none of the two janker them. And him you no say you no respect. Because at least him taught the truth. You not agree with him because him simply did tell them. That brother is a pitney himself. And fucking is not for pitney. And getting pitney even worse. So you matter of confidence that him no want no youth. I bet if one of them pitney they get drafted for the NBA tomorrow morning, nobody can get him out of the bush them near the living room window. Now tap till him get in the house. And tap everybody on the road and say, I'm my son that you know. Our daughter turn a big liar. I'm my daughter that you know. Brother, let me tell you this. If you want careless and fuck a bag of girl for your business, that you know. But if you don't want no pitney, you can't breed girl where you must know by now. Say the average one delusional. And I hope say them not come back. Cause you tell them straight up. So what you say, as long as I tell her straight up, that give you free reign for just breed her. Because she can't say you never want her. And that's supposed to do her now. Make you honorable and respectable and a dignified black man. Because at least you're real. A lie? I'm telling you something. I want real problem mankind have, you know. And that is spiritual maturity versus spiritual immaturity. Fix that, and all problems solved.
In the meantime.
This section of In the Meantime is brought to you by Renaissance Immigration. Renaissance believes that as long as there was a way into your immigration problem, there is always a way out.
And this section of the program is also brought to you by Good Vibes Jamaican Grill. The place where you go for not just eat, but all the vibes and chill. Good Vibes have all kind of attraction. Log on now to goodvibesjagrill.com. That's GUDVYBZJA grill.com. Log on now for all information. And trust me, you're not disappointed. Build Jamaica, buy Jamaican, buy Jamaican, buy Jamaican, buy Jamaican. Alright, so a couple of days ago, I see a headline all over in every media. Where I say popular dancehall artist Cargo allegedly draw him lice firearm on him daughter. Well, it was a family member, but we now know say him daughter. And Cargo was subsequently arrested and the firearm seized by the FLA. I'm not gonna be too long with this, but my thing is this. In the case of a licensed firearm, such a dangerous thing to possess in our country where we're full of so much criminal. In the case of a licensed firearm, anything we concern that will flare up. Me nothing personally. No kind of media should have been allowed to print a story like that, use people's face, use them name, them likeness, and to push out a story that this person is a firearm holder. No media house shouldn't have that right once a person is a licensed firearm holder. Me not think so. Do you not think that endanger them life? Now I'm going to say for example, Cargo win the case and it drop. Where that say without words to a criminal is that him get back this license gun here. Because not no criminal no love more license gun, you know. Remember me tell you that, you know. So that set him up for 10 of them just decide. So I'm going to just walk up behind him and bust a shot in my head and take it off of him. Because me talk about this already, you know. How police just stop a car and say, boy, you have nothing to declare. And him looking at the car and say 6 people. And if a man hesitate, if he say, yeah, me have a gun, and them find it. A problem that when them not consider whether or not the money I want them people in the car if they know them have a license. That's something I want to revisit and it want to fix good. Because it don't make no sense. For the very means by which a citizen will protect themselves become the very thing. Will make them lose them life.
In the meantime.
Yeah, you know, a truth and reality and a dream time. Curly locks. In the meantime.
How much are we really remember them word there? Most of we forget them as we left school. Because nobody never really make we know how important it is to understand them. Them word there, they just word where we recite. We never learn them. And let me tell you this, learning and reciting are two different things. Them two words they are identical twin. Yeah man, some twin them there again. Them look alike, but them different. And when we recite and learn, fuck up things happen. And the same thing most people do with them wedding vow, you know. I'm telling you already, but I'm telling you again. Most people just recite till death do us part. Because nobody not dead tonight. A party tonight. Yeah man, tonight a party. Dress and tuxedo pretty. Family jealous and you kill the pussy them. And you don't know what kind of commitment you just make. You just recite it. So when real life happen, the marriage they have to fall apart. Because real life never factor in when them a do it. Well, that's the same reason why Jamaica fall apart today. Because people say things, not just now, but all decades ago, where them did just a recite and never understand the kind of commitment where them did a make when them did a sign up for leadership. And the same thing with the people. Them never understand the kind of commitment where them did a make when them elect leadership. And see we are today, with their Carib. In other words, with their crossroad. We are at a crossroads, a critical time in our nation history. But we have to make some serious decision in terms of our future. Or very soon, we're going to find ourselves done was and were in every conversation. Jamaica was, Jamaicans were. And this is not pessimism, you know. No, man, this is realism. Jamaica the Great is falling. And we're near ground, but we're not lick up yet. We have a small window of opportunity left to do the right thing and put the jewel of the Caribbean right back in a God crown. But it's going to take work, and that most are we afraid of. We hear everything over the last 2 to 3 decades. We see all of the problem them, we point them out. We have long discussion and debate about these problems. And despite all of this knowing and pointing, we're still ahead in the same direction. Which direction? Jamaica ahead for Haiti, or we ahead for it fast. 100 and odd miles per hour. And the whole of the politicians them over the decades, over the how much years where we claim for independent. And them a drive and them a press gas. Each party we come in press gas even harder. And I guarantee you so one of them man in here. Jamaica go wake up and a straight in a Haiti backyard where I look. With the right on the beach I see everything we are going over there. We are head for Haiti. When we say that I mean civil war. Where the gang them take over and do it. Feed them way. And that's how we are going to reach if we as a people remain indifferent to leadership. You know? In other words, we don't really care one way or the other. See China them a take over there. And as usual, so we are point it out and a complain there. Now at the time for we start stick together like them, you know. And know say that a common sense, you know. So we can take over place too. A time for we develop our tribal identity and support all things and business Jamaican first. Like if they're Florida, it have to be Good Vibes Grill before Olive Garden. Sometimes I'm tempted to say Jamaica can't save again and left the head of Scotiabank turn Prime Minister. I know most well-thinking Jamaicans feel so. I don't want to lose hope. So all me I say Jamaica can't continue with the same politics. Jamaicans cannot continue. Point out all I problem them. I hope somebody fix these problems and impress them. That is now outdated. When they say Jamaica reach a state where thief wind out a police station, then they know say a condom and Vaseline a whole night fucking. Jamaica fuck we get. Whenever you Bujo say, how can you rise up every living day, telling yourself that everything is okay? When you look at life, it's all slipping away. We'll keep pretending that Jamaica is as it was. Nothing wrong, and all we need is to put in the next party, the next election. We're going to pretend that that's going to work. After do that for what, 60 a year? If Jamaica go save it without take sacrifice. And the valley of decision, you know, for leaders. The valley of decision will reach. For the leaders, anybody who going to lead Jamaica now have to go lead different from the last 60 years. The PMP and the JLP can't keep use the same approach. One of them in a power now, the next one have all of the solutions. The next one know exactly what to do, and as soon as them go in a power and the other one become opposition, them know what to do. And I say this, that, and it sounds so good and it sounds so fantastical and sweet. And as them go back in a power, same thing. Same manipulation. Same greed. Same lying. Same thieving. In a way we benefit the few and oppress the many. Remember, people are governing, you know. And everybody hustling one way or the other. And will thief under the right circumstance. But what Jamaica really need is a smarter set of thief with common sense to prioritize the source of them hustling. So them can continue. In other words, you have to protect where are gear hustling. You can't in a tall tree and cut down the branch where you sit down upon. The whole 60 of the year with so-called independence. We almost never have a leader. We understand this, you know. And that's why we're in the position where we're in today. Most of them now have no common sense. And that's why they're a plan B leader. We don't have them mansion in Florida already. If you go about to another system, another government, another country, another culture. in case them should fail, leaders like them can truly govern. Because when it's a plan B leader, plan A is never prioritized. Plan A no get no focus. Because all you think about is the option where you have in case plan A no work. So plan A no get no real consideration. But una as a people are going to say, una not have the knowledge, una not have the information. That's why you're not ignorant. No more than 2 decades, I say me dedicate my life and my work for make you understand certain things and una just rather. Most of you just see it for the humor and not business with nothing else. European politics watch. Now give you the whole of the information about how these people stay and their fears where them are run behind the scene or kill who or who do. Now information we say we need. And Sir P give you the information. And yet still we there, so pint. Now knowledge, you know say a power. And yet still, the majority we now use the knowledge. We no bother one powerful. So Sir P, him work a go be in vain. We still a go look for man, can we? Go make the best promises and we don't want to make the effort. We don't have no interest in our own interests. We just go there, stand up and I look. We don't understand none of the promises. Them and I say, yay! A party headquarters, we're going to have curry goat. And do like we understand what politicians say and then blame politician. It have to stop. You're not bored yet? It have to fucking stop. It have to stop. Now, if the country are going to save, whether it be the UIC, with Patterson as the president, you know, the UIC, which is the third party, or it going to be the CMO, PNP, or Labour, right? The leadership, we're going to take Jamaica in the right direction, cannot be the same. Jamaica reach a place where we have to stop, be loyal to brand and be loyal to a plan. I mean, I talk about plan where we actually understand. Whether first, second, third, or fourth party, the leadership have to understand one thing. Only brute force can save Jamaica. Only discipline can save Jamaica. Not no pretty long speech and entertainment where you go put on a clocks or go sing no popular song. So you can win the admiration or be a dunce people, be an idiot. When I know nothing about policy and no business without no country run. Only a leader who willing to do the unpopular thing who can save this. Not one where they seek to be popular to the majority of the people. Mr. Prime Minister, Honorable Mark Golden of the opposition, as a citizen of this country, I respectfully telling you, so the time for entertain idiot, for gain power, I for go pass. We can't continue upon the same trajectory or path here, what we depend. Kin teeth and hug up the old lady and take some picture politics, I for go done, my brother. And the message for both sides of the fence. It is even for Mr. Patterson, the president of the new third party, the UIC. The political correctness and political pantomime were handcuffed with to failure as a people have it done. A politician about the loudest about crime and the very means by which them eat a crime. Now them for want it done. Honest means alone make on crack lobster tail half of the box of poor illiterate people and bust big laugh. Yes, them ignorant, but not by accident or by design. Without feed them ignorance, you surely couldn't live how not live though. You surely would have to scale way down from them mansion there in the hill and yacht pan the sea. Though. But in a fool of mine, and a crime for force people to live off and nothing so you can dead with everything. Though. Shameless criminals most of you. And if you don't think so then, you don't have to say those are not criminal then. Because we can't condemn one and left the others and do like we don't see them. But that we are do for decades and that's why we are head for Haiti. And sit down comfortable make criminal a drive a boat. If we are going to talk about Dodos, might as well we do a uptown criminal aristocrats in suit versus the downtown type Dodos in Clarks and Mesh Marina criminal leadership comparison. Yeah man, make we do that comparison. Make we start with Dodos. While Parliament as usual full of beer pitney in a jacket suit and make big speech and false promise. Dodos was the real Prime Minister of Jamaica between 1993 to 2010. Him did run every constituency, both JLP and PNP. And set the order them in the street. For the longest while, crime in the corporate era was at an all-time low. Compared to the years following 2010 when them filed for him, you know. And yes, Jamaica did always have crime. Yeah, we complain the same way at every point. That's how people stay. But let me tell you this. You ever move from a situation and look back on it and you realize how good it was, especially compared to the worst one where you're in and now? Well, I one of them this. It's sad to say the leadership style of a man reputed to be a common criminal, as one often described the man in the class, did way more effective than any one of them politicians that will ever open their mouth for con people for a living. You know why? Because they make reward and punishment for action equally sure. No rape, no robbery. Robber have to go look work and rapist have to back fist and go on a bed. No matter what him think about the people them girl pitney. Chop cocky Mondays up and running if him fuck himself. You cooperate and follow the rules, you get reward. Woman and pitney and old people get take care. Call him common criminal if you no want. And maybe you no right. But you no escape. Cause again you know the same thing. It's just that you are the uncommon criminal. Because the whole spotlight upon the common one in our clocks. And if you no image no common for criminal. So most of you no criminal act go through smooth. Because most people are look out for jersey. And this is not me I said Dodos innocent, you know. This is me I say you no guilty too. Because I could check the uncommon criminal them we govern Jamaica from so-called independence. None of them no clean either. None of them will act like them fart, no stink, no clean either. So Busta Man to kill off and jail how much Rasta between 1944 when he burned down the first independent community. Leonard Howell, Rasta community over Sligoville. And 1963 when he commit the same atrocity against Rasta Coral Garden. Down a Mogi. Him a no criminal. We have to dig up and dash out a hero circle. It's sad to me have to compare one criminal to the next, whether common or uncommon. But when me do that in a Jamaica situation, and have to choose between the better criminal, then that's more useful and way more effective. It fuck up if you have to say that, but a true theme style of leadership wasn't one we appeal to to feelings. You do the right thing or pay the price. But you don't want beg murderer enough to murder people. In a country where celebrate murder and music and otherwise. Every day, to be a murderer. I want to call that realistic governing. You can't be a leader with one reason with Pitney and hope them understand. Logics. A brute force you gotta use and raise them. You can't have a 4-year-old son and give him a choice between play a video game the whole day or eat him veggies. No. If you do that, him gonna choose the game. You have to go take with that and put on greens. Cause him don't know what good for him. All if I cancer him up. Me not say you need have a choice to move Dodos or nothing. You know. That's not that me I discuss. But when they move Dodos, most people really realize how effective him was to the stability of the island itself, you know. Fuck up if you say so about a show. And some people realize that and not even realize that them realize. Them just know say something go from bad to way worse in like 30 seconds. The politics they want to appeal to everybody's feelings. Because as politicians, you know, forget majority vote. Even those people where stubborn have them one way. Because them ignorant out and them want to be picnic forever. And therefore them have no benefit to an equation. We are productive in any way. We have to appeal to them. We have to make them have a favorable opinion now. That are the shameless reality of the politics we draw down Jamaica and put where we dead now. Whether you like it or not, Dodos for years was the counterbalance. We somehow course correct the choice they want to be na make for appeal to idiot. So to an extent, we never really did face the consequence of who no choice for do that. Whether we like him or not, this did effective. Because remember now, you know. Remember the abuse become the abuser, you know. A brute force from the plantation come right down, you know. We never get no collective therapy. We move from the mindset there to the safety of another one. Only brute force. We learn for respect. You do this or this happen, you do that or that happen. And people were stuck in anxiety. And that, again, I passed down through the years. You think of them make up their mind about what you feel about, what about? And the anxiety they from down in them time there, you know. I pass down, you know. So how you deal with people with paranoid and can't trust nothing and just anxious around the clock. It's sad, but a brute force alone can't manage them. Unless them get collective therapy. No amount of hug you and I love you and please do this. Nah, get them to comply. Matter of fact, average people in other system where them program for love chaos hard to manage on a whole. You have it tough. Am I saying everything we do just do I right thing? No, me not say that, me can't say that. Me have to take a page out of my book when it comes to making consequence or reward. Sure. No leadership on the face of the earth can't effective without that. Reward or punishment of sure. If at this point you're still appalled, how dare you compare a common criminal with decent people who went to college and earned the right to run the country? Me forgive you, no, man. Me go say again for the millionth time. Say psychology a beat, you know. Why? Because one wear mesh marina and Clarks, and the other one wear jacket and tie, so what that separate them and make the next one criminality what? Extortion when the mesh marina and the desert Clarks man go link Mr. Chin and say, what Mr. Chin ready for me? Him my criminal. But our taxes, we don't pay it and can't ask nothing about it. Our way to go, our way to do. Them a tell you if it tapping eyes. It's a bribery when they tell a police for nobody give the ticket. But a campaign funds when the private sector get to give how much million or billion and determine where you say and do in an office and control you like a puppet. We sit down and pretend say enough of them jacket and tie man are the biggest murderer of them boy. Much people them kill. And go on a prayer breakfast a pray for nation for much decade. You don't say it again. Jamaica they carry at a crossroad. We have a list of few things. You just name out few things where me believe so I can help we find a way forward. One is clear and decisive, mature leadership. We're going to totally abandon the failed experiment where we call democracy. But we have to consider everybody's feelings and try to be favored and liked by everybody. Two, a leadership that will not seek to be popular, but to do everything unpopular to the most popular kind of people will make up the majority of the Jamaican masses, and that is the adult children. We think them grow through them have fuck and through them have pitney. Leadership will know better than to stoop to the demands of children, but to raise them against them will. Because every kind of pitney fight against them own upliftment. Because them they are the part where them not understand. How are that? 3, a leadership were willing to change the whole system of the British colonial mindset. We make us forget our history and remember for them own. And if you have to fix the brainwash, you have to go fix it by force. Because even though you see a whole heap of people all the time, always agree, so the brainwash need to fix. And not themselves them attack. And the next man brainwash. So you have to go do it by force. Because when them find out, say them in it to them, I go fight it. 4, a leadership where I go seek to create and inspire people to be truly independent and depend upon themselves to survive. And therefore them can make them own choices and not choices were coerced by any external or foreign power. We need a fearless leader with balls for give. A leader will go put Jamaica first. A leader will go put country before party. In other words, a leader like Barbados' own, a fearless lady named Mia Motley, who stand up to the giant and ready with a sling for dead upon her foot rather than live upon her knees. See a great example here, how me attack. Listen how she answer the question from a Western journalist. Listen this. Look on the screen.
The elephant in the room, what a lot of Western climate diplomats tell me is that leaders like yourself also carry a responsibility. Why are vulnerable countries still so debt-stricken? Why is there still corruption? What is your response to that?
You really want me to answer you?
I do.
Okay. Why is it that every time we talk about countries from the South, the first allegation is corruption? Last time I checked, in the USA and the UK and Europe, they're riddled with corruption, but nobody says that they're not capable of achieving their objectives because of corruption. Why is it that we're not talking about the fact that these countries became independent, having allowed those countries that colonized them to extract significant portions of their wealth, such that we had no proper housing, no proper education, no proper healthcare systems, no proper legal systems, no proper across the whole stream, and certainly nothing to do with building social capital like community development and cultural enterprises. And what has happened is therefore that we have spent the time since independence trying to give our people what the global north has taken for granted and has supported by the extrication of centuries of wealth to give their people out of our blood, sweat and tears. Now, when our blood, sweat and tears finances the Industrial Revolution, and the Industrial Revolution then causes the climate crisis, and then I have to pay for the consequences of the climate crisis because of the Industrial Revolution financed by our blood, sweat and tears, then I think they have no moral authority to tell me anything about the financing of the climate or about why we don't have enough.
Is it anger over this that fuels your energy?
Anger? Absolutely not. Unfairness, lack of justice. I'm not angry. I'm just disappointed that humankind still wants to believe that there's one world for a set of people and another world for another set.
You ever hear one of our leader outside of Michael Manley talk say it? Appear, yes sir, Mosa. You're a good person, Mosa. Nothing bad about you, Mosa. Feeds me, Mosa. Give me breads, Mosa. Can't live without you, Mosa. I make us straight in a number 5. A leadership, whether we like it or not, will make both reward and punishment sure. Yes, Jamaica, we're at a crossroads right now. We in a line out of Caribbean at 5 o'clock show. That means it's soon over. We cannot continue to be the people them we're dying for our party headquarters. Go nyam curry goat and sell we vote for $2,000. And I push up fists and a ring bell. For party like we think a round robin or fish fry.
In the meantime, 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 in between time. Time in the meantime, in the meantime, in between time. Boom, 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 time.